with a 4-5 record, Wellington with a 1-7 record, but you can throw those records out the books as it's a conference game and both of these teams are going to be fighting for a victory tonight. We're going to step away for a quick second, then we're going to head into the Coach's Corner, presented by Great Lakes Basketball. Train with the best. That's Jay Valadez, a certified AAU basketball coach in Avon. We're going to talk to both of these head coaches here tonight, Jason Christensen from Clearview, as well as Anthony Schmook from the Wellington Dukes. Don't go anywhere. We're live. We're free. We're on YouTube. It's the Lorain County Sports Network Game of the Week. Welcome into the Lorain County Sports Network Game of the Week. Tonight, we're at Clearview as the Wellington Dukes come to town to take on the Clearview Clippers. It's a Lorain County 8 conference matchup, so you can throw the records right out the book. Joining us in the Coach's Corner, presented by our good friends, Great Lakes Basketball. Train with the best. That's Jay Valadez, a certified AAU basketball coach in Avon. We're going to talk to the head coach of the Wellington Dukes, Anthony Schmook, giving us some time. Coach, conference game on a Tuesday night. How you feeling? How the Dukes so far this season?
We're just trying to get better every single day through practice, through games, and just keep grinding it out.
Records, we could throw those out the window. It doesn't describe who the team is. You guys have had a season of injuries and adversity. Tell us about how the team has been battling through. Who are some guys that have been stepping up for you?
Yeah, we got a lot of injuries, going through sicknesses, but we're just going to keep battling. Guys are stepping up. Connor just had a big game the other night. Kinner's there with us. Lenny, Alex, Spencer, Tomash, right? These guys are stepping up for us. So I need them to keep making strides and have a good one for us tonight.
Well, how would you describe your team's identity so far early on in the season? You guys are 8 games in. What are some things you feel you guys have been doing well this year?
It's weird, it's a mixture game by game. Sometimes we're good defensively, sometimes we're good offensively. We got to just, more than anything, form that identity still and get really good on defense. That's what we want to be, very good on defense.
Offensively, what do you think some keys are for you to win this game tonight?
We got to make shots. That's what it came down to all year. We just got to make shots.
What have you seen on tape from the Clearview Clippers? They're coming in tonight at home. What have you seen that they've done well?
Yeah, they're a really well-coached team. A lot of good guys. Really got to zone in on Delgado and Sai and limit them and, try to take away some of the role guys as well.
You mentioned Bryce Lemcole is going to be getting his starting debut tonight. Tell us about Bryce and Friday and how he's been adjusting so far this season.
Yeah. He came off collarbone injury. Hopefully we'll get him cleared here tomorrow and get him in the lineup on Friday. And then he'll be ready. He'll be a good addition to us, be able to make shots, be able to rebound, and play hard.
Johnny Kinter's been the guy that you've really been leaning on this year. Tell us about Johnny and what he brings to the table.
Yeah, it's great having Johnny. He hasn't played the past couple of years, but it's great having him. Great athlete, great to be around the team, rebounds and plays with confidence.
How about Landon Wright? He's also a name that Wellington Dukes fans are familiar with. Everybody's heard of him.
Yeah, he's been our point guard the past few years. He's done a really good job, especially helping him last year, leading us, at the point guard spot. He's trying, bring toughness to the team and leadership.
Has there been anybody that surprised you so far, Coach? Anybody that maybe has grown so far in this 8-game stretch that you said, man, I think, we got something there?
Yeah, it's actually more of recently. Spencer Brzee, he's really, I think, starting to step up for us, guarding hard, playing very hard and just listening.
Coach, I'm going to let you look at the roster here. Who are going to be the starters for you tonight?
We're going to go Landon Wright, Johnny Kinner, Connor Kinzer, Alex Frank, and Spencer Brzee.
Coach, good luck. I know you got your work cut out for you tonight, but just trying to get some good reps in for the kids and some good positive energy moving forward. Coach, good luck, and we'll talk to you again soon.
Yes, thank you, guys.
Yep, that's Anthony Schmook, head coach of the Wellington Dukes, as we get ready for this Lorain County 8 Sports Network Game of the Week. Don't go anywhere. We're live and free on YouTube. We'll be right back.
Welcome into the Great Lakes Basketball Coaches Corner, brought to you by Jay Valadez. Right now, ahead of the game, we're talking with Clearview head coach Jason Christensen. Coach, we appreciate the time ahead of the game and ahead of this matchup with Wellington.
Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
It's our pleasure to be here on this Tuesday night. Now, you guys are coming in off of back-to-back wins, both in non-conference play. What did you like, and what would you say your biggest takeaways were from those games?
Well, honestly, just putting a couple wins together was really important for us. We still feel like we're turning the corner in terms of play, improving each and every game, but just getting that experience and learning how to finish and get a couple wins under our belt. So we're looking to continue that tonight.
And that's definitely a big step for any program to take. I know you guys, obviously, a few big names from last season's team move on, and there's been a few that have to replace them. Of those new rotation players, who would you say somebody that stood out, or some guys that really stepped up here in the early portion of the season?
Well, definitely Deacon Delgado. He was a spot minute kind of guy last year. We wanted to play him a little bit more last year. He never really, was aggressive enough in the varsity level to get more minutes. But this year he's really turned it on. He's averaging about 17 points a game for us, and he's been our leading scorer, leading rebounder, and he's just really starting to develop into the type of player I figured he could be. We need a lot out of him for us to be successful. So, Deacon's really doing well. His brother Canyon, again, was on the varsity roster last year, but just kind of a spot minute kind of player, and he's an inside presence for us, gives us shot blocking and rebounding, and a strong defensive player. So, same with him. We have Jeffrey Ball, who's running the point guard for us, who was pretty much a JV guy and, varsity bench guy last year. So we got a lot of new faces. Of course, Cy comes back as, our top shooter and stuff like that. But, it's a lot of new responsibilities for these guys.
Well, and you mentioned Deacon there, and I'm really excited. This will be my first chance to see him, I know, for our stream crew. And with the points and the rebounds, almost reminds me a little bit of Jai Walton. Can't wait to see if he plays like him. And then you also mentioned one of the top assist men for you, Jeffrey Ball. The team as a whole is doing a real well passing ball. The statistic that stood out to me is your guys' assists per game. Has that been something emphasized through the scheme, or have the players just kind of prioritized it together?
Yeah, we've been stressing that we have to move the ball, and the ball can't stick, and we have to be unselfish. We know where we're going to get, a good percentage of our scoring, but it makes it a lot easier. We're trying to push out in transition, and Jeff's being our point guard is being asked to bring it up and kind of create for some of the guys. So it's really important that we have those assists. And if you look at our record and our games that we've gotten wins, it's when we've had those high assist numbers.
Well, we'll see if that can continue on tonight. Obviously facing Wellington, the Dukes, and it's your first chance to see them this season. And like you guys, they're breaking in a few new names, but also have some familiar faces as well. What are your expectations for handling them and some of their veteran guys, like whether it's Johnny Kinter or maybe Deacon Worth?
Yeah, we just want to get out and play our style. We, early on in the season, I really think that we were really worried about our opponent and what they want to do, and we've been working on ourselves. So we're trying to play, our style of ball. Wellington, they're going to come in. They're very well coached, and we have an idea of what they're going to kind of try to do tonight, and they want to slow the game down a little bit, and we just want to do the opposite, get the ball moving, push in transition, and try to get some easy buckets.
Well, we're definitely looking forward to seeing the matchup. Thank you again for your time, and best of luck this evening.
Hey, thank you, and we appreciate your coverage.
Welcome back into the Lorain County Sports Network Game of the Week. We're live. We're free on YouTube. Thanks to all of our great sponsors here. Dave Rivera, Max Drummond, as we get you ready for Lorain County 8 basketball action. As we have a good one, Wellington Dukes coming to town to take on the Clearview Clippers. We just got done hearing from both of the head coaches of these teams. And it's been a trying season, I think, for both of these coaches. They would both agree, Max, as Wellington's been battling injuries and sickness. On the other hand, for Clearview, it's just trying to find an identity, finding new people to step up. And I think they kind of have done that with the 1-2 punch with Christensen and Delgado. On the other side, for Wellington, though, they're still trying to find their way, per se. And this one, going to be a good one. Records, throw them out the window. Clearview's 4-5. Wellington's 1-7. Bad news for the Dukes. They've lost 7 straight. I don't know if they're going to be able to snap that tonight, as they're going to have a tough task ahead of them with this Clearview Clipper team, Max.
Yeah, I think both teams coming into the season, they already faced a difficult challenge of trying to find their new guys taking over, maybe taking to the forefront, and then you throw on some of the injuries and adversity that you face. But interestingly enough, I think both teams are they're rounding into form closer to what they want to be. I mean, the Dukes, their offense, even with all the injuries and the struggles over Christmas break, their offense has kind of gotten better than it's been all season. And then as for the Clippers, they've won their last 2 games in a row, their first 2-game win streak of the season. So both have something to build on heading into this LC8 matchup.
Keys to the game brought to you by Buckeye Community Bank. Today and tomorrow, your partners for growth. We talked to the coaches. Wellington wants to slow this thing down. Clearview, on the other hand, wants to push the tempo. Max, what is your keys to the game?
Well, certainly we know who the top 2 scorers are, the top 2 point getters for Clearview. So if you're Wellington, in addition to slowing that down and when you have the ball on offense, they have to focus in on a couple of the guys you mentioned, Cy Christensen, who is one of the best 3-point shooters in this conference. We saw that firsthand last season. And also, of course, Deacon Delgado, who's averaging almost a double-double. So they got to really focus on them, make somebody else for the Clippers step up and have to go and carry them points-wise to a victory. And then looking at the Clearview side of things, I mean, Coach Christensen, he mentioned it by name in the coach's corner. He wants them to be upbeat, up-tempo the entire ball game, not to let up. And when you're going against a thinner squad on the other side, maybe not as many guys to pull from on that bench, it'll be a little easier to do that, but we'll see if they can execute it.
And that is your keys to the game, brought to you by Buckeye Community Bank. Our injury and inactive report, man, it's long, and it's not very good if you're a Wellington Duke fan, as Landon Whitehouse is out tonight, under the weather, not feeling too good. Deacon Worth hasn't played all season. He's been trying to recover from an ACL tear, which happened in AAU in the summer. He was supposed to be cleared and ready to play. Coach Smook said they had a setback. He doesn't think he's going to have him for the whole year. So on top of that, Bryce Lemkel has also been battling injuries. He hasn't played yet. They're hoping to get him back on Friday, as Coach was talking about. It's been a trying season. Your injury report brought to you by Lorain County Public Health, serving and supporting a healthy community. That's what they do. As we get ready for our national anthem, it's brought to you by MAC AAU Basketball, Northeast Ohio's leader in player development. Shout out to Kevin McNamara, head coach of the Berea Mid-Park Lady Titans. We will get ready here for this national anthem. And starting lineups, we'll get you those here shortly as we get ready for tip-off. It's an early one, as we're about 15 minutes early, because the JV game was taken care of quite easily by Clearview. They won 66-31 as we get ready for this national anthem. It's almost time for some basketball here, folks, as we are live from the Frank and Ann Sally Memorial Gymnasium. I have to say hello to my man, John Sally, former coach of the Clippers here in attendance. Aiden Cruz in the building, former Clipper from last year, as we get ready for the starting lineups. Those are brought to you by our good friend Smitty's Place, where friends go to meet. I can definitely go for a Smitty burger right about now.
I had the great pleasure of getting one a couple weeks back, man. You can't beat those prices. Some of the best for a burger in the area.
Let's give you the starters for Wellington. Number 1, Landon Wright, a 6-foot senior guard, gets the start. Number 2, Johnny Kinter, a 6'3" senior forward, averaging 13 points per game. Number 3, Connor Kinzer, a 5'6" sophomore guard. Number 4, Alex Frank, a 6-foot junior guard. And rounding out the starting lineup, number 11, Spencer Brzee, a 6'1" senior guard. For the 1-7 Wellington Dukes, trying to snap a 7-game losing streak. They won on opening night, and since then, the W has been hard to wrangle up here, Max. On the other side for Clearview, they come in with a 4-5 record, their starting lineup. 0, Cy Christensen is a 6-foot junior guard, averaging 14 points per game. Number 11, Jeffrey Ball, will be handling the point guard duties today. He is a junior guard, averaging 6 points per game. Number 12, Devin Jackson, is a sophomore guard, averaging 3 points per game. Number 23, Deacon Delgado, junior forward, averaging 16 points per game. And rounding out the starting lineup, his brother, number 35, Canyon Delgado. He's a senior forward, averaging 3 points per game. So shout out to the PA guy for giving us a plug here on Lorain County Sports Network. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe all season long. It's free, man. You can watch it whenever you want. Delgado's going to jump it up, and Alex Frank is the Duke in the middle with him. It's going to go to Wellington. Referee signaled the wrong way to start things off.
I thought Cy almost convinced him, like, yeah, we are going that way. Let's go.
We got Nate Smith, one of the referees here. Does a fantastic job as we get you ready for some basketball. That is the Wellington Dukes controlling it. Landon Wright has it, as they're going to have some good ball movement up top. Now Spencer Brzee, Alex Frank. So Clearview in a zone here, Max. 2-3 zone to start things up. They're going to make the Dukes shoot from outside.
They are, and I'm almost wondering if that plays into Wellington's hands, because there's not a lot of pressure out front, and they're not really trying to attack the paint right now, so we'll see if both sides keep that up.
And as you mentioned, Coach Schmook said, I'm going to slow this thing down to a snail's pace, Dave. That's exactly his words, guys. He said, you know, we're undermanned, we're short-staffed tonight. He said, this thing might be a 30-29 type of ball game. I said, thanks, Coach. I can't wait. Here goes our first shot attempt of the night. It's off the mark, as that was Alex Frank. Here comes Delgado with it. That's Deacon. He's going to make quick work. Jumper from inside the paint's off the mark. Canyon Delgado gets the board and the putback.
Well, right away we get to see the difference in styles as Deacon Delgado, no hesitation to get out there and find his shot and put it up.
Here comes Frank now for Wellington up ahead, and that is Kinzer. They get the ball in the paint, and now it's swarmed. Alex Frank has it, cross-court pass. That's Connor Kinzer, number 3. Back to Frank.
We've got to see a couple prime examples so far. Right there, Frank passing up a possible open 3, so they are keeping that pace low.
Still, Jeffrey Ball up ahead. Delgado, jam time. Nice little slam dunk. And it's all brought to you by our good friend Steve Lawson from Russell Real Estate Services. Check my man out, superstevesells.com. Frank in the corner. Passes up to Spencer Brzee. Off the mark, no good. Canyon Delgado up ahead to Ball. Jeffrey Ball in the corner. Shot is up, and that is no good. That's Devin Jackson. Christensen, Cy driving, floater, off the mark. Canyon Delgado's been a beast in the boards right now, early on. Jeffrey Ball gonna drive to the lane, floater, off the glass, good. Jeffrey Ball makes it 6-0 in favor of the Clippers.
And you mentioned, Dave, in those starting lineups that Ball's done a great job facilitating right there, able to create for himself and extend this lead.
Clippers in this zone, and Wellington is patient. It's brought talks about a shot clock to Ohio, as they say we are getting closer to it because of the pace of the game. As you see right there, Landon Wright knocks down the first basket of the game, and Coach Schmook wants to keep this thing close. It's 6-2. He said, I like it like this. Let's slow it down. 30-second timeout. What do you think he's talking about, Max?
Well, they certainly like that make that they just got a chance to see, but also their transition defense, it's got to be a little crisper, a little quicker right now, as we're seeing Clearview get up and down the court without any really pressure or tension. They're getting past the half-court line pretty quickly. And obviously one of the key ways to slow a game down, tire out the opposition, make them earn every dribble even, and they haven't done that probably to Schmook's liking so far.
So 6-2, first quarter in favor of the Clippers. Boys basketball just about done with the first part of the season, as we're almost at the 10-game mark. Clearview right now holds the edge 6-2. You're starting to see teams build chemistry, Max, and start to separate themselves, per se.
That they have, and we're kind of seeing teams get into a groove. Some still trying to find their way because of injuries, or maybe they get a late start because of a longer postseason run.
Football, yep, exactly. Deacon Delgado has it. That's Jeffrey Ball now, number 11. Canyon Delgado, as Clippers are being patient offensively. Cy Christensen. Give and go back to Cy. He's cut off. He's going to be called for traveling.
Well, in that possession, great job rotating around, especially by the senior Kinter, as he rotated from Delgado as well as over to Cy. So they need to do a lot more of that, and the longer they make Clearview pass or hold the ball, the better that is for them.
Here comes the Wellington Dukes now, as they're buried in the corner, and they're going to get called for a travel, as that was Spencer Brazee, who seen two Clippers running at him, and then he had the end line behind him. He was trapped.
Yeah, at one point it looked like there were 4 defenders on him as he was in that corner.
6-2, Clearview with the ball and the lead. Trying to get it down low to Cy Christensen, and they do. Cy is fouled. And we'll see who they give this foul on. It's going to go on Connor Kinzer. And that's Connor's first of the game. It's Wellington's first team foul. It's going to send Cy Christensen to our free throw line, brought to you by Chris Rewalk, attorney at law. You can give Chris Rewalk a call for a free consultation. Cy's second one is good as well. Gets his first 2 points of the game from the charity stripe. 8-2 now. Wellington having some trouble bringing it up the court. Landon Wright has it at the top of the key, being guarded by Cy Christensen.
Jeffrey Ball's being a pest right now off the ball.
Yeah, he is. He's working as he just knocked the ball out of bounds, and it'll stay here with the Dukes. But they're making it hard.
So not only does he set the tone offensively, right now trying to set it defensively, is even with that 8-2 lead, they're not satisfied one bit.
Ball, a junior. Shot up from Wellington. It's no good, as that was Cameron Kinzer, or Connor Kinzer, excuse me. Now shot in the corner from Johnny Kinter. Three-pointer is knocked down by Kinzer. Connor said, give me another try, I'll make this one work.
That was after the team missed their first 4, so they desperately needed that to avoid being any colder from beyond the arc.
So Wellington moves into a zone as well to make Clearview show that they can shoot from outside because they know they have an advantage inside with Deacon Delgado. Cannon misses the bunny, and it's rebounded by Wellington. It's Landon Wright. He's the quarterback for the Wellington Dukes. Nobody's guarding him. He thought about shooting it. Kinzer, Frank. Comes Jeffrey Ball on the defensive end. Now Landon Wright has it, being guarded by Jackson.
Earlier in the possession, you mentioned that open look. That can be one downside to trying to burn clock and keep the ball moving. You miss some open looks and you don't get anything out of possession.
Steal. Deacon Delgado up ahead. Behind the back pass to Cy. Double team coming as they do not want Deacon Delgado to get going. Christensen's going to drive off the left-hand side. It's good. Cy, his first field goal of the game. He's got 4 points.
A great finish that time, incorporating the glass as well, right in the middle of that square.
It's 10-5 in this first quarter of play. 1:27 to go and running. Alex Frank gives it up to Kinter for three. It's no good. Jeffrey Ball with the rebound. Johnny Kinter throws a 90-mile-an-hour fastball, folks. I don't know if you know that. He is a huge baseball prospect in Lorain County. He also had a phenomenal football season this year, too, at the wide receiver position. Looking at him from on the basketball court, you wouldn't think that he plays wide out, maybe more of a tight end H-back, but the kid's built. He plays 3 sports, very good athlete. You're going to hear a lot more about Johnny Kinter.
A tremendous athlete, and also setting the screen that time to help set up the foul shot.
Foul's going to go on Jeffrey Ball. It's his first. It's the team's first of this quarter. It's going to send Kinzer to the line. Connor's got 3 points so far. And the first free throw attempt is good. Checking into the ballgame for the Clippers, you got Jamari Pickens as well as Corey Armillan. So early substitutions for the Clippers. And this one is good as well for Mr. Connor Kinzer.
And those substitutions you mentioned, that's a big point in this game because obviously Wellington, they're not going to be able to do it as often or possibly throughout the whole first half. We'll see how that plays out here with the fatigue.
Jackson out to Cy to Delgado. 5 out is what the Clippers are running right now. Wellington's in a zone. Cy is going to let it fly. Off the mark, long rebound. Landon Wright with 30 seconds left. And Coach Schmook said, we're going to take one shot here, guys. We're right where we want to be, 10-7 in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, just one possession away, and so far being patient has really paid off, keeping them in this ballgame.
Kinzer drives, left-hand side, off the mark, no good. Thought he was fouled. Christensen's going to start the fast break, and now he's thinking about last shot with 4 seconds left. 3, 2, 1. Got to do something. Off the mark, air ball, no good. And that's how this first quarter is going to end in favor of the home team. That's the Clearview Clippers. They lead 10-7 over the Wellington Dukes. Don't go anywhere. The first quarter's over. We're not. We'll be right back on Lorain County Sports Network. We are back from Frank and Ann Sally Memorial Gymnasium. Clearview High School leading. Clippers on top right now, 10-7. First quarter of play. I think if you're Coach Anthony Schmook, you're loving it.
Yeah, you got to be pleased. I mean, you guys are playing really active defense, and also they're being patient with these shots. Maybe a little more patient than you'd like to be, but honestly for him, I mean, 10-7, I mean, you can't ask for much more than that to open this game.
Coach Jason Christensen, on the other hand, went to his bench early and trying to get some new guys involved as the shot is up and no good. Here comes Landon Wright controlling the ball for the Dukes. Kinter on the wing being guarded by Delgado. And Landon Wright now has got to worry about a 5-second call as he looks over to Coach Schmook for some instructions. Frank, pass to Brzee, he's fouled. Spencer's gonna go to the line for 2. Let's see who they give it to.
Well, that was a great find by Frank. Even if Brzee was a little contested of a pass, but he was able to fit it in there.
So foul goes on Cy Christensen. That's his first. It's the team's first early on in this second quarter of play. It's going to send Spencer Brzee to our Rewalk Law free throw line as he makes the first one.
And the free throw line could serve to be a pretty big margin here in this game, as neither team shooting well from 3, so these points are crucial.
So it looks like Jeffrey Ball checks back in. Brzee misses, but Kinter gets the rebound. And now back out to Brzee for 3. It's no good. Off the mark, controlled by Delgado. Jackson thought about it. 3, he's going to drive baseline now. Kicks it out. Cy, 3-pointer, short. Rebound by Kinter, and he goes down to the ground, but saves the possession.
He's a little slow getting up. Last thing they need to see, but he's able to trot up the court. He's a tough guy.
Absolutely.
Talked about his athletic background.
Landon Wright has it. Now, Kinzer being guarded by Christensen. It's tied up by Corey Armilling, and possession is going to stay here with the Dukes. It's 10-8 right now after the free throw from Brzee. Kinter gives it to Wright. That's all you keep hearing, Max. Slow it down. Slow it down.
That they did, and he also said help him. I imagine he wants to see a little more movement away from the ball than they're getting right now.
Foul now is going to be called on Devin Jackson. It's his first. It's going to bring Canyon Delgado off of the bench, as I think Clearview's going to go back to a bigger lineup, see if they can work the boards. Brzee connects on the first one.
And you're absolutely right about those boards. I mean, so far it's been an even 3-3 matchup here in the offensive rebound department. Something you don't expect with both Delgados out there.
Brzee knocks them both down. Spencer, 3 for 4 from the charity stripe. It's tied up, Max, 10.
And it felt like it took a little while to get there with the pace, but
we're here.
Over halfway to go in this second quarter. They like it.
Spencer Brzee with the steal. Going to give it to Kinzer now. Connor Kinzer controlling the ball, gets to the basket. Nice dump down to Kinter, and he missed it. Up ahead, Cy Christensen controls it. Drives baseline to Canyon Delgado. And he comes in and gets a second basket of the game. He's got 4 points.
Well, they've both been really active on the offensive end down low.
Kinzer for 3, all good. Connor Kinzer, second 3-pointer of the game, and oh boy, don't look now. Wellington's got their first lead of the game.
Yeah, and he does it with his second 3 of the night. Only Duke to be able to hit from downtown so far. Got to be able to change that, get somebody else involved. But for now, Kinzer able to carry the load.
Ball to Canyon Delgado, to Jackson. Now ball. Nice pass to Deacon Delgado. Missed it, but got his own board. Missed it again. And this third time it's brought down by Spencer Brzee. 5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Connor Kinzer controls it for the Dukes. Getting a screen from Johnny Kinter. Step back 3, no good. Frank gets the rebound. saves the possession. Spencer Brzee has the ball knocked away and stolen. Deacon Delgado starts the fast break. Big man going coast to coast and misses everything. Rebound by Ball, and Kinter's going to get called for the foul. Johnny was just not in good position there as Jeffrey Ball got the inside track, and he got called for over the back, which isn't a foul, contrary to what people believe.
Right, and that's just feels like a personal pride thing as he sees Ball is much smaller than him. He wants to be able to get that ball. But
you always hear the parents in the crowd yelling over the back, but that is not a foul. Only a foul is if they push the person. So, shot is up and no good. It's going to give the Dukes the ball back with the lead. Dominic Jackson checks out. Quavion Grant checks in.
Now we're seeing a little bit returning the favor of some of this pressure here.
And Grant with the steal to Deacon Delgado. And his pass was intended for Christensen, but tipped out of bounds, and it'll stay here with the Clippers.
And obviously coming into the game, Wellington knew about Christensen's ability to shoot from three and be active on the perimeter. They're doing a great job contesting and just disrupting his shot routine tonight.
Grant. Now Delgado drives, finds his brother Canyon, and Canyon has 6 points to lead all the Clippers. 14-13 in this back and forth slugfest, which I would rather have than a running clock. I don't know about you, Max, but
all the way.
Timeout called by Schmook, as every possession counts here in this game. Yes, it's a conference game. It's a rivalry game. And you can tell that both these teams want to come out of here with a W. Don't go anywhere. It's a timeout called by Coach Schmook. We'll take it as well. It's Lorain County Sports Network Game of the Week. We are back, second quarter of action right now. Clippers leading 14-13. Max, what's your takeaway so far early on?
Well, I think we talked a bit about Wellington and how they're slowing this game down, playing a lot of great defense, but you can't mention that without saying Clearview's also stepped up really well. They're rotating as a team really well, and it's been with a couple different lineups out there as they've used a bit of their bench tonight.
That's right. Ball is stolen by the Clippers. Grant jump stop and converts as Quavion Grant gets his first basket of the ball game. Extends the lead out to 3 now, and they're going to try some full court pressure here by the Clippers to see if that affects the Dukes, and it does, as Jeffrey Ball gets the steal. Now Ty Christensen has it, going to drive baseline, and it's good.
Well, you know, Coach Christensen loves seeing the player Christensen right there, not been able to get a shot going outside, drives in and makes it happen down low.
Kinzer misses it, get his own rebound, and Johnny Kinter missed it. Kinzer's going to try again, and that one is off the mark. Deacon Delgado comes down with it. Coach Christensen not happy with the Clippers as they giving the Wellington Dukes a couple tries. Quavion Grant says, I only need one try, and he's good. From behind the arc, it's 3 ball for Mr. Quavion Grant.
Well, despite there being a timeout between when he entered the game and when he got his shots up, he's made a huge impact since coming in.
Jeffrey Ball, steal and layup. Jeffrey, a junior, now has 4 points on the night. Quavion Grant, who just checked in, averages 4 points. He's got 5. He's already passed his season average, so it's going to be a good night here. Landon Wright gets around the Clipper defenders, and a foul is going to be called on Mr. Quavion Grant.
Even with that foul, they're still applying a lot of great pressure, obviously. And for the Dukes right now, I think they're feeling a little bit antsy, seeing the scoreboard kind of separate like this, and they're being a little bit more anxious, a little more settling for shots rather than passing it around the horn, taking some time, and getting a great efficient look.
It went from a 1-point deficit to 10 real quick, and now the Dukes need a basket badly to stop this scoring drought, as they have been outscored right now, 9-0, and that one is off the mark. Christensen to Grant, down low to Delgado, to the other Delgado, and one as Cannon finds Deacon, and they convert.
Yeah, and the ball movement has been very evident. It's one of the things I made sure to ask Coach Christensen about, because they average 13 as a group, and obviously everybody has to get involved with that if you want to stay on the court.
Foul goes on Johnny Kinter. It's his second. Delgado misses the free throw attempt. And makes it 25-13 as Wellington will have the ball. We're under 2 minutes to go here in the second quarter. Don't go anywhere. We'll have our Health Markets halftime show presented by Jeff Allison, local insurance agent in Amherst. Kinzer knocks down his third three-pointer of the first half.
That's huge. I was going to say, as long as you get it within 10 before halftime, thinking
You're right.
it'll take more time, but able to get the quick bucket.
Grant, no good. Cannon Delgado misses it as well. It's going to stay here with the Clippers as Jeffrey Ball is going to check back into the ball game. And Cannon Delgado will take a seat. Grant. Timeout called by head coach Jason Christensen as Quavion Grant was close to going over and back. It'll save the possession. 1:14 to go here before the half, and Wellington has let this one get away from them a little bit now, a 9-point deficit, as they need a basket badly, as you mentioned, keeping it under 10 before the halftime mark.
Yeah, I believe it's a good benchmark for them to reach for, because we've seen them down 8-2 at the early part of this game. So if they're able to get in the locker room, kind of reset a bit, and kind of grind their way back in. The stat that started to pile up and has become a problem is since this full court press has started, they are up to 7 turnovers here in this first half are the Dukes, and that's definitely slowing down their progress, giving a few easy buckets to Clearview to make it a 9-point game right now.
Awesome job by our Lorain County Sports Network staff, as we've had fun bringing you football, basketball the last 2 seasons. We're going to keep upping our coverage every year for you guys. As 25-6 is your score. Clearview has the ball, and Coach Christensen drew up a great play there as it left Quavion Grant wide open for another basket.
Oh, it was perfect. Give him a little breather to do exactly this right here on the defensive side of the ball.
Kinzer has the ball for Wellington. Now Landon Wright, 45 seconds to go. Frank's got to get out of the corner or he's going to get trapped. He picks up his dribble, and now he's in no man's land. Finds Kinzer, drives baseline, stolen. Dominic Jackson up ahead, Quavion Grant. Quavion got the jump stop and missed the shot afterwards. Wellington wanted a travel. Connor Kinzer now has the ball. He's got 11 points so far. He leads everybody in the ball game. Kinzer throws it out of bounds, as Alex Frank could not bring that one down.
Man, this great pressure continues to disrupt what Wellington's got going on, and instead of being able to hold for that last shot, Clearview going to get a chance here instead.
11-point lead with under 10 seconds to go. Jeffrey Ball's got to do something. Kinzer's going to come up. Landon Wright's up there. 7, 6, 5. Ball with the floater off the glass. No good. Kinzer, 2 seconds. 1. He's going to get called for the carry. They're going to give Clippers back the ball with some time on the clock, as Johnny got a little bit anxious. He got called for the carry. So they leave .4 on the clock. I don't know if you could do much with that. Tip, I don't think it's enough for catch and shoot, as that is not going to be enough time, and that's going to be the halfway mark of this ball game. Clippers lead right now 27-16 over Wellington. Don't go anywhere. We'll give you some stats. Courtesy of our good friend Al Januzzi, CPA. It's all about the numbers as we head into our Health Markets halftime show presented by Jeff Allison in Amherst. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Welcome back into the Jeff Allison halftime show presented by Health Markets Insurance agent Jeff Allison in Amherst as we are live from Clearview High School. It's a good one here as it's a conference game and the Clippers lead 27-16. If you're uninsured, what are you waiting for? You can go to Jeff Allison of Health Markets Insurance. Enroll today. Go to JeffAllisonInsurance.com. Dave Rivera and Max Drummond with you as it's a good one on this Tuesday night. Let's take a look at some of the numbers courtesy of our good friend Al Januzzi, CPA. It's all about the numbers. Let's start with those Wellington Dukes. Landon Wright has 2 points. Spencer Brzee has 3. Connor Kinzer has 11. As far as looking in depth, they went 5 for 6 from the free throw line, which was a positive, Max. They also knocked down 3 threes, which is also good. Here's the one negative. They only have 1 field goal inside of the paint. That's not good. They've had quarters of 7 in the first and just 9 in the second to give them 16. On the other side for Clearview, a little bit more balanced as Cy Christensen with 6 points. Quavion Grant comes off the bench with a spark and leads them with 7. Jeffrey Ball has 4. Deacon Delgado has 4, including a nice one-handed jam. And Cannon Delgado has 6. They're 2 for 3 from the charity stripe. They've only hit 1 3-ball. That was Grant. But they have 11 field goals inside the paint. So 2 different strategies, 2 different offensive tempos and rhythms, you may say. But Clearview's got it working so far, Max.
Yeah, kind of went against our expectations heading into the matchup. I mean, Clearview being just 1 of 7 from 3 is shocking. I mean, they, as a team throughout the year, they've been fortunate enough to shoot 27%, nearly 30% from downtown, and they just haven't been able to get that going tonight. And on the other side, Wellington, who, when you think of slow pace, when you think of slowing it down, passing it around, you think of shots down low or maybe something to a real efficient look, but their main source has been from beyond the arc or getting to the free throw line. And I really thought that free throw line was going to play a bigger factor, but I think the biggest number, 9 turnovers, is what Wellington ended that half with, and just 2 for Clearview.
So Clearview's done a good job protecting the ball, and their press has done a good job of throwing the Wellington offense off of their rhythm, especially in that second quarter, because in the first quarter it was pretty close. And then in the second quarter is when Clearview started to pull away, thanks in part to the press. It was causing some easy baskets. As Max mentioned, they haven't shot the ball well from outside, as most of their buckets have come inside the paint, which is what Clearview wants to do. So the score 27-16 right now, and Clippers are in control with 4 minutes to go in our Health Markets halftime show presented by Jeff Allison of Amherst. And we have a good matchup here, conference game. I think it's been a good back and forth coaching chess match, as well as Coach Smook has done a good job of using what he can to his advantage. And Coach Christensen's done a lot of just trying to get his team, I think, on the same page and with the sense of urgency and tempo, as he wants to see things a little bit faster here.
Yeah, they've both been very active. I don't know if our crowd mic's been able to pick them up, but they have been talking a lot to their teams. And then in those timeouts, both have taken strategic timeouts there in that first half. Most recently, we saw Jason Christensen able to draw up a play for Quavion out of the timeout. And as part of that, that was when they were starting to pull away. They're going a little bit of a run to end the second quarter. So both they're getting a little bit of what they want, more so from the Clearview side of things, but Coach Smook's definitely in there. It's going to be a lot tougher to stress that patience and more ball movement when you're trailing like this, not only just from the semantics of it being down 11, but those players are going to feel the need to press, so I'm interested to see how he kind of plays that out.
Our rebound report brought to you by Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Lorain County. Be a big, get a big. Who's been big so far, Max?
Well, if you can believe it or not, they're actually pretty balanced team-wise, but easily the Delgado brothers have accounted for 10 boards combined. So, you know, when they're both out there, it's been a real pain for Wellington to try to get second chance opportunities and to start fast break transitions.
And then another award that we like is our Hustle Award. It's our kind of like our spark plug, our energy guy. And that's been none other than Quavion Grant, who's come off the bench. And so far, he's already outproduced his season average, which was just 4. He's got 6 so far here tonight. But he come in off the bench and give the Clippers some quick scoring. Our Hustle Awards brought to you by Elevation Training Center. It's ironic because that's where Quavion Grant trains.
It's like it was meant to be, right?
Shout out Sherrod Brown. So Quavion Grant right now doing a good job of giving the Clippers some hustle and some energy off of the bench, as we're here at Clearview talking about this game. Chris Rewalk, attorney at law, sponsors our free throw line, and the Wellington Dukes have really made a game of it from the free throw line. 5 of 6, Max. And I think if they want to stay in this game a little bit longer, slow it down, get to the free throw line, and make your shots.
Yeah, we haven't seen a lineup that hasn't worked for Clearview so far, but maybe a way to figure out if there's a rotation you can exploit. It's getting them in foul trouble, seeing if there's a different combination of guys you match up better with, and they'll definitely need to keep stressing that, especially if they haven't been able to hit those shots in the paint. At least get to the line while you're down there, right?
Mr. Basketball is in full effect as we are looking to see who is going to be the best basketball player in Lorain County. For the boys, it's sponsored by Nick Abraham, Elyria Ford. Shop ElyriaFord.com. You do have a candidate here from Clearview. Well, obviously, we don't, as the best players for Clearview are juniors right now. The only senior is Canyon Delgado. On the other side for Wellington, Johnny Kinter is a senior. Landon Wright is a senior. Both of those two gentlemen are eligible for the Mr. Basketball Award. It's given out to the best basketball player who is a senior, and it's voted upon by all of the media. We sponsor the award, but we only have one vote in it. So the Journal, the Chronicle, all your athletic directors and coaches give nominations, and those guys are the ones that do the voting. Us, on the other hand, we just have one say. Our next game is going to be next Tuesday on the 14th, as we have Midview at Elyria, and you're going to see a Mr. Basketball nominee in Jaden Crutcher, who was out the other day, Max, against Lorraine, as they pulled off the upset at the Shot Palace. But Crutcher should be back in action and healthy. His co-partner, though, Compton, Mr. Kendall Compton, is also a senior. He is definitely a nominee for the award as well. So stick around to see who wins it, as Cy Christensen knocks down the first basket of this second quarter, and right on cue, it's a three-pointer, Max.
Yeah, they must have heard us at halftime, but I know they heard their coach, Jason Christensen, that they got to fix that up, and it'll definitely help them pull away in this matchup.
Biggest lead of the ball game right now. It's 14 for the Clippers, and Wellington's got to do something. Franks gets his shot pinned against the basket by Delgado, creates a fast break. Dominic Jackson converts off the beautiful no-look pass from Cy Christensen, and Coach Schmook said, I've seen enough, as 5 straight unanswered for the Clippers have warranted a full timeout for Coach Schmook. So we'll keep it here, as we're talking about Mr. Basketball nominees, and we'll be seeing 2 of them next week, as our game looking ahead is going to be on January 14th, Midview at Elyria. We've done some girls basketball as well, Max. The Miss Basketball Watch is brought to you by I-90 Nissan in Sheffield Village, because the deals are so good. We've had a few nominees so far for Miss Basketball: Kendra Hardwick, Claire Bartlemay, Maya Rivera, just to name a few, as the girls are pretty much at the halfway point of their season as well. Anybody stuck out to you so far, Max? I know you always read the clippings and see what the box scores are looking like.
Well, we don't get to see her brother tonight, Bryce Lemke, but for the Wellington girls team, obviously we got to see her once. Good. And mentioned Maya as well, Maya Rivera from EC.
So to go back to Brooke, she's here. She's in attendance, and she recently just became the she plateaued 1,000 points for her career at Wellington. I don't know if she's the all-time leading scorer or not. She might be for the women, as Kinzer knocks it down. Stay tuned. I'll have to do some digging. Maybe our very own legend, Jim Allen, is watching, and he's a walking encyclopedia. He would know for sure if Brooke Lemke is the all-time leading scorer for Wellington girls basketball or not, as that was Delgado with the basket. So awards for the postseason are halfway around, and just got to make sure the kids stay the course. Put your head down, keep working, and good things will happen, as Clearview throws this one away.
And they each exchanged their first turnover of the half. Obviously, Clearview forcing that first one. The next one just out of an aggressive move, trying to get more points here in transition.
So 34-19 now is your score here in this third quarter of play. And Wellington trying to make sure this one doesn't sneak away. Kinzer, who's been the bright spot all night for the Dukes. Ooh, up and under. That was nasty for Connor Kinzer. As Coach Schmook has said, I got some guys that's just getting the consistency and health where we want it. As Christensen's three-pointer is no good off the mark, but the ball's going to stay here. Taking a look at the Lorain County 8 basketball standings. Well, Keystone's undefeated at 5-0 in the conference. Firelands is 4-1. Brookside is 4-1. And everybody else, well, is at the bottom looking up.
Well, we've got to see
multiple
those,
losses.
Sure, we've got to see those Falcons a couple times. They look real impressive. So them and Keystone, that's going to be great matchups here in the next coming months.
Jeffrey Ball has it at the top of the key. Drives, kicks to Delgado. Floater is good. Delgado looked like he came down a little lame on his ankle, but walking it off all right. So yeah, the LC8 is still completely wide open between those three teams, Keystone, Firelands, and Brookside. If somebody knocks off Keystone and gives them their first loss in conference, well, boy, you got a whole mess right there, Max.
Remind me a little bit of football season, but yeah, heading towards that three-way tiebreaker scenario, trying to figure that out. I never try to get into the weeds of those.
Yeah.
It's complicated.
It changes depending on who you ask. Frank gets the inbound. He's going to drive and converts. That's his first basket of the night, Alex Frank.
That's already their second point inside the arc. One more than they had in the first half, so that's huge.
They're doing a good job of face guarding Deacon Delgado, fronting him, not letting him get the ball at the free throw line. It just allows his brother to get it, which is Cannon Delgado. He knocks down the jumper from the elbow.
Exactly right, and he was the leading scorer between the two in that first half, so I wonder if there's some rivalry there between the brothers.
And here's the thing, Cannon only averages 3 points a game coming in. And he's showing up Deacon tonight. Cy Christensen, layup is good. And Coach Jason Christensen said, I like it. Let's turn up the heat. Let's keep the intensity. It's 40-23 now, Clippers. Kinzer gets it up to Alex Frank. He picks up his dribble. He's in trouble now.
Well, because a few of those interceptions in the previous possessions, he had to be real delicate with who he's going to pass it to.
It's going to be over and back violation as turnover for the Dukes. Checking in is number 33, Thomas Lisa. He's a big one, 6'2", senior forward, trying to match up with Deacon and the physicality of Cannon Delgado for the Clippers.
And that's the first sub I think we've seen tonight from
He's
Wellington.
been the only one that's came in off the bench for Wellington. Dominic Jackson has it right now. He's being guarded by Frank. He's going to drive, hangs and floats. It's no good. Alex Frank controls it. Coach Schmook says, let's push the tempo. Let's try to get some offensive rhythm going. Because so far, it's only been Kinzer. He's going to pull again. Off the mark, no good. Controlled by Deacon Delgado. Cy has it. Takes a screen from Delgado. And down low, Cannon with the shot attempt is fouled.
That's a tough break there for Kinzer, as he's obviously undersized in the paint against those Delgado brothers. And in his eyes, he got the ball there, but it's just a little too physical a contact there for the ref's liking.
He's going to send Canyon to the line, and he misses the first one. He's going to bring in Jamari Pickens, number 1.
Man, Landon Wright didn't get much rest. He comes in for Kinzer, so maybe a quick swig of water and
That's
right back to it.
Delgado's second attempt is off the mark. It's retained, though, by the Clippers, as now Christensen has it, gives it to Ball. Now Cannon Delgado's trying to find Deacon. 40-23 in favor of the Clippers. Pickens. Nice curl. Jamari Pickens. Left-handed shot is good. Jamari, a senior, with his first basket of the game. Alex Frank got his shot pinned against the glass. Delgado said, not up in here. And it's going to be off of Jeffrey Ball's leg in favor of the Dukes. Quavion Grant checks back in. Canyon Delgado will have a seat.
It's now a couple times that Deacon's been able to get up and block some shots, and that maybe is why we haven't seen many attempts down low, especially in that first half, is they just know those big men are down there waiting for them.
Here comes the Dukes. That's Kinzer to finds Spencer Brazee. Spencer's got 5 points tonight. It's a big deficit, 42-25 right now, with under 2 minutes to go in the third. Christensen back to ball to Grant. Nice pass to Deacon Delgado. And they're going to pull it back out. Christensen thought about a 3. And Grant, a nice stutter step. Quavion with another basket.
And that's a great job, like you alluded to, using those extra steps you're allowed, because if he could have just pulled up for the jumper, maybe not as high as percentage shot.
Sy with the steal and the layup, as he's come alive here in this second half. He's got 8 points, and now he has 14 points on the night. Pickens tried to find Christensen, and it's stolen by the Dukes. Spencer Brzee gets another basket. Under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Grant drives, off the mark. Deacon, Delgado, missed. Grant again. Quavion, another basket. He's got 11 off of the bench. We're going to have quite a discussion, Max, as far as who our player of the game is going to be, because there's 3 Clippers that have played pretty darn well tonight that you could give it to either one of them.
You got that right. I mean, it wasn't too long ago we got a chance to see them, or folks to hear them on WOBL, and
yeah, just last Friday.
That's right. And these guys are stepping up. Somebody wants another player of the game shirt, another opportunity to go train.
Corey Armelin checks in for Clearview. Deacon Delgado won the player of the game on Friday, so he's eliminated from the running tonight, just so you know. Jamari Pickens for 3 is off the mark. Quavion Grant gets it up ahead. Sy for 3, no good. Corey Armillion gets it. That's Corey's first basket of the game. Corey was impressive this football season, as we checked him out a few times, and now we get to see him on the hardwood. Kinzer goes to the basket. They're going to call a jump ball, but the possession's going to stay here with the Dukes.
It's tough to tell if he'd started that shooting motion or not, but at least they'll retain possession.
Here's your starting running back for the Clearview Clippers. That's Tristan Lentilli, a junior. Johnny Kinter catches the Clipper defense sleeping to end the quarter. 50-29 is your score in favor of Clearview. Don't go anywhere. We'll tell you about how many points each team scored last quarter and where they're heading this weekend. It's the Lorain County Sports Network Game of the Week, brought to you by Stewart's TV and Appliance. Welcome back to the fourth quarter of action here. Dave Rivera, Max Drummond, live from Clearview High School. As that third quarter, Clearview scored 23 points and Wellington put up 13. It extends this lead now to 50-29, as it's been a quick one here on this Tuesday afternoon. Johnny Kinter with the steal, and the left-handed layup is good. I was kind of hoping Johnny was going to throw it down, as my partner and producer Ed Vereen wanted to see as well. Down low, that's Pickens. Jamari, he's got 4 points off the bench. I think we're going to see a lot of different guys now here for Clearview as some of the starters' nights are over. Spencer Brezee's 3 is off the mark. Johnny Kinter gets an old-fashioned and one, pounds his chest, says, I'm still here. So Johnny, he's got 6 points. He's come alive here in this second half. He's going to go to the line for the and one. The foul is called on Corey Armillan. And Kinter converts on the and one. So looking ahead, Clearview is going to be at home on Friday taking on Columbia. And on the other side for the Wellington Dukes, they're going to be at home taking on Keystone, which is a game you can listen to on WOBL radio, as you'll get a double dose of some Dukies basketball this week. Starting at about 7 o'clock, Bull Barch, John Guzik will have the call live for you. Johnny Kinter. Looks like a man possessed out there.
He's coming alive here at the start of this fourth quarter, and they sorely need it, closing down the gap right now.
And now Coach Christensen putting his starters back in. Grant to Corey Armillion. Corey's going to drive, left-handed reverse layup, no good. And Corey gets the rebound. Tristan Lentilli controls, jump stop, and Tristan traveled. Brings in Jeffrey Ball and Canyon Delgado.
Well, and even before that little run here that Kinter's gone on to start the fourth, the end of that third quarter, Jason Christensen wasn't happy with how they were playing defense, and certainly getting some of those starters back out there looking to rectify that right now.
Full court press right now being put on by Clearview with 6 minutes to go. Kinzer has it. Connor gets it down low to Johnny Kinter. So you got Kinter and Kinzer, just so we're clear, folks. Jeffrey Ball converts for his 6th point of the night. Landon gets it to Kinzer. Connor for 3. Splash. Connor with his 5th three-pointer of the night, folks. Kid's a sharp shooter. Quavion Grant's three-pointer's no good. Deacon Delgado will corral it. Here comes Jeffrey Ball. Floater, push shot. I love it. I love the floater. I love the push shot. Such a high percentage shot.
Yeah, and Ball not the most dominant scorer, but that's because he doesn't need to be normally right here, though. A couple possessions in a row showing what he can do.
Get to the paint, stop. Jeffrey Ball is going to pick up the foul. Dominic Jackson's going to check in. Quavion Grant's going to have a seat. Coach Christensen's going to call a timeout. He wants to talk about it. He's going to take a full timeout. We'll catch you back here on YouTube in 60 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Clearview leads 56-39. We are live from Frank and Ann Sally Memorial Gymnasium. Clearview looking to put this thing away. Final 5 minutes to go here of regulation. They hold a lead of 56-39. Dave Rivera, Max Drummond, thanks for tuning in to Lorain County Sports Network here on YouTube. It's live and free all year, thanks to our good partners. You can watch the replay whenever you want. Watch it live if you don't feel like going outside when it's cold. We got you covered. Johnny Kinter, loose ball, cleans it up. And this Johnny has got a quick 11 points all in this second half.
He's been the sole offense, especially here in the fourth quarter.
It's good because they needed someone else to step up besides Kinzer, who's been from outside knocking down 5 threes already today. He's number 3 for the Dukes if you are just tuning in. Jeffrey Ball has been cleaning up as well in this second half. He's got a quick 10. Kinzer tried to split a double team. It usually doesn't go good. It's a jump ball, but Nate Smith, the referee, is going to give a timeout instead to Coach Anthony Schmook. He's going to call a full timeout. We'll keep it here as we break down this game a little bit more. I was talking to Max in the break and surprised to see Clearview still pressing and still having starters in with a 17-point lead. What's your take?
Well, I know Coach Christensen knows that on the other side, there's not much subbing going on. A lot of starters remaining out. We're seeing Kinter really come to life here late. So perhaps trying to make them earn it, not be able to push at the pace Wellington wants to. At the same time, like you said, maybe rotating in a few guys, getting them some more varsity experience. It's going to be huge for the upcoming conference games they have, especially this Friday against Columbia. So I guess maybe working on some things. But, yeah, it definitely wasn't something I had in my mind during halftime, and if they were able to continue playing well like they did in that third quarter.
Clearview just won on Friday night against Open Door big, and they are looking to get to the 500 mark as they're 4-5 today. And they're looking to win 3 games in a row as they beat Midview back on December 28th, 58-51. So now Clearview starting to put together a nice little winning streak of 3 in a row to head into this Friday's big matchup with Columbia, as Landon Wright controls it for the Dukes.
Good job that time by Cy and Delgado covering up Kinter backside.
Spencer Brzee shots off the mark, no good. Up ahead, stolen. Connor Kinzer drives, left hand. Oh boy, he left it off for Kinzer, but he was not ready for it. And Deacon says, I'll flush that down with 2 hands. It's his second dunk of the night.
And I want to say that those are our first pair of dunks that we've seen on YouTube this season.
Absolutely. It's all brought to you by my good friend Steve Lawson of Russell Real Estate Services, SuperSteveSells.com. Sponsors are Slam Dunks, and Deacon Delgado's got a pair of them tonight. Foul goes on Devin Jackson. It's his second. Ball will stay here with the Dukes. Spencer Brzee. Now Frank. Kinzer. Kinzer's been the spark plug. 5 3-pointers tonight. Down low, it's been Johnny Kinter, number 2. So numbers 2 and 3 for the Dukes have been carrying all night long. And they trail by 19 right now. Landon Wright says the bank is still open. It may be almost 8 o'clock, but that one's good.
He's trying to pull through the drive through the bank there, and it looked like he may have even just been trying to draw a foul, but he's able to get it in anyway.
That's his 4th point of the night. Pass is deflected and stolen, and Connor Kinzer, the sophomore, it's been impressive tonight.
Yeah, and he's on the radar of this Clippers staff. Is no matter where he's at, they're trying to call out to their Clearview players, get on it and cover him.
Ball, pass to Cannon Delgado, and Cannon converts. Cannon's got 10 points now. Spencer Brzee. Pass is stolen by Deacon Delgado. Oh boy, here comes another one. Nope, just gonna lay it up as he almost posterized Landon Wright. Ooh, Jeffrey Ball gets caught up in the air, and the foul is going to be on him as Spencer Brzee with the head fake got him up in the air.
And that free throw line advantage, we didn't get to see them try to use it as much here in the 3rd and 4th quarter, just not as many opportunities at the line, especially with a lot of perimeter shots they were looking to take.
Spencer Brzee goes to the free throw line and misses the first one. As that was a bright spot for him, Max, in the first half. This is just now their 3rd free throw attempt in the second half.
Yeah, and Clearview obviously cleaning up their play a bit there, and still forcing as many turnovers.
Got another foul down low. Let's see what they got. The referee comes on over and says it's going to be a foul on Quavion Grant. It's his second. It's going to send Johnny Kinter to the line. Johnny is 1 for 1 from the charity stripe today. And I jinxed him as he misses that one. Coming in for Clearview's Jamari Pickens. Second one is good for Kinter.
Well, he's had a real productive game overall. 12 points, 9 boards. He's really been a bright spot along with Kinzer.
Spencer Brazie's three-pointer is no good. He gets his own rebound and puts it in. Spencer showing some activity. 64-48 with 1:40 to go in the fourth quarter. Jackson brings it up across half court. No one's going to guard him. He's like, I might just take it to the basket. Instead, throws it away. Spencer Brazie gets it. And up ahead, Kinzer. As Dominic Jackson gets called for the foul. So foul's going to go on Dominic Jackson. It's going to send Kinzer to the line as Dominic picks up his third personal and Clippers are in the bonus. Wellington's in the bonus, excuse me.
It's funny, felt like just a few minutes ago we were saying Wellington didn't get to the line as much, and now they've been frequent visitors there here in the last couple minutes.
That one is off the mark for Kinzer. Johnny Kinter said, I'll take it from downtown. Johnny showing you some range. Timeout called by Clearview. Still a 12-point game with 1 minute to go. It's pretty much in the books that Wellington won't have enough time to come back, especially with no shot clock. But you do your due diligence. That's why you play the game, right, Max?
Absolutely right, and he's still drawing up on that clipboard there. He's not been pleased with how they've played with the lead here in the fourth quarter. Just a few lapses and a few, I don't want to say lazy spots, but they've been giving extra possessions to Wellington, who has upped their offensive rebounds. And it's not like it's just Kinter. There's Alex Frank. We've also got Spencer Brazie, Landon Wright. I mean, they're all getting involved on the offensive glass right now.
So Clearview has 5 guys in double digits right now, as it's been a total team effort, and they're looking to close this one out with 1:10 to go. Clippers ball as it's knocked bounds off of Alex Frank. Cy, the inbound man. What do we got? We got a hold. And they're going to call the hold away from the ball. It's on Kinzer. Connor picking up his third. Delgado now gets it back to Christensen. Cy gets it up ahead to Jeffrey Ball, and he doesn't have to do anything really besides play keep away. And they're trying to foul, but the Clippers are. Don't grab the shirt. That's what Coach Schmook just said. Do not grab the jersey, as that could be all bad.
And because they haven't fouled the Clippers much here in the second half, or the fourth, I should say, they've got plenty of fouls to give.
Yeah, as that's what they're looking to do again here. Dominic Jackson gets it, and now Kinter comes out, and he fouls him. So Alex Frank picked up that last one. Johnny Kinter picks up this one. 2 more to give if you're a Wellington fan, with 50 seconds left. Foul on Kinter again, stops the clock with 44 seconds left to go. Coach Schmoot's going to make a substitution. Thomas Lisa comes back in.
It definitely looked like Coach Schmook wanted Devin Jackson to be the one that was fouled, or just before he crossed the half court, I'm like, he's too fast. You're going to have to try to use an angle on him.
We have a foul away from the ball, and it's going to bring the Clippers to the free throw line. And Cy says, let me pad my stats. As he wanted to go to the free throw line, and they said, no, it's going to be Jeffrey Ball instead. Cy gives a quick little quirk as he was trying to pad them stats, Max.
Yeah, he was the one that wanted the ball out that inbound, and he trusts himself at the free throw line.
So Jeffrey has got 10 points tonight. He's going to go to the line and miss the first one. Johnny Kinter checks in. Thomas Lisa checks out. Come on, Coach, I wanted to play some more. .44 seconds left to go. Ball makes this one. Extends the lead 65-52 back to 13. Kinzer for three. Got it. Wow.
Looked like he even double clutched it at
He
the
did.
top, too.
You're right. He's got 6 3-pointers on the night. He leads everybody here in this ball game, as he has 21 points on the night, is Connor Kinzer, a 5'6" sophomore guard from Wellington, who has definitely been the bright spot for the Dukes. Cy at the free throw line. Adds to his total as he now has 15 points on the night.
Well, we can see why he wanted to go so badly last.
I think he wants to win this Hoop Tech Player of the Game award also, Max. And with that right there, he's going to do it. Gives him 16 points. He leads all Clearview Clippers here tonight. And our Hoop Tech Player of the Game will be Cy Christensen, as we'll see if we can talk to him and Dad in the post game, presented by Peace, Love, and Little Donuts in Avon. Foul goes on Devin Jackson. I could go for some donuts right now, Max.
Yeah, I don't care what time of day it is.
Oh, man.
No, bring it down with those.
Shout out to my man Don Collier, proud supporter of Lorain County Hoops. He's the owner of Peace, Love, and Little Donuts in Avon. If you haven't tried them, what are you waiting for, man? They're delicious. Cake donuts, and you can have them any way you want. So Connor is going to shoot 3. He made the first, missed the second. He's got 1 more to go. So he's just adding to his totals tonight, too. We're at 24 seconds left as this final minute has come to a snail's crawl. Kinzer converts. Jackson, the inbounder, gets it in. Up ahead to Cy Christensen. 20 seconds left, and Wellington is still going to foul. They actually brought in a guy to foul. That's David Roldan. David's a junior, getting his first action here tonight. Just going to send Cy back to the line for 2 more free throws.
I think I heard the official say something about intentional shove, so he's going to stand alone.
So intentional, which is 2 shots plus the ball, which is what Coach Schmoot was telling Alex Frank earlier. Don't grab their jersey. That's an intentional foul. Just go and try to foul him. Make it look obvious. Cy splits the pair. He's got 17 tonight. They'll have the possession back. Let's see if Wellington is going to let them shoot or foul them again. Or maybe just let them do nothing. Cy. Basket is good. Cy just keeps adding to his totals now. 19 on the night. Kinzer for 3. No good. Delgado goes up and gets it, and that's going to do it. Clearview wins this one 70-57. Stick around as we head into our Peace, Love, and Little Donuts post-game show. Feed your inner hippie with some delicious, groovy donuts. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here on YouTube. We're final from Clearview High School by the score of 70-57. The Clippers win. Welcome into our Peace, Love, and Little Donuts postgame show, brought to you by my good friend Don Collier, owner of Peace, Love, and Little Donuts. Feed your inner hippie with some delicious, groovy donuts. Let's take a look at the numbers, brought to you by our good friend Al Januzzi, CPA. It's all about the numbers. We have them for Wellington. Landon Wright, 4 points tonight. Spencer Brazee, 9 points tonight. Johnny Kinter with 15, all in the second half. Leading the way for the Wellington Dukes was super sophomore Connor Kinzer, 25 points tonight, as the Wellington Dukes, they went to the free throw line 16 times tonight. They were 10 for 16, and they also knocked down 7 3-pointers tonight, folks. All, well, 6 of the 7 were from Kinzer, as Johnny Kinter knocked down one of those as well. And they made 12 field goals in the game, as 11 of them came in the second half. They only had 1 field goal in that first half inside the 3-point line. Wellington had quarters of 7 in the first, 9 in the second, 13 in the third, and 16 in the fourth to give them 57 points. They're going to drop to 1-8 on the year, and they're going to drop to 0-6 in conference. They've now lost 8 in a row. On the other side, for the Clearview Clippers, their scoring looks like this. Canyon Delgado, 10 points tonight. Deacon Delgado, 14, including 2 rim-rocking dunks. Also, Jeffrey Ball chipped in with 10 points. Quavion Grant made a heck of a case for a Player of the Game award. He had 11 tonight off of the bench. Corey Armillan had 2. Jamari Pickens had 4. Our Hoop Tech Player of the Game goes to Cy Christensen, 19 points tonight to lead those Clearview Clippers. As for the free throws, Clippers went to the line 10 times tonight, knocked down 6 of 10 from the charity stripe. They only hit 3 3-pointers tonight, and 2 of them went to Cy, 1 went to Quavion. They did most of their damage inside, as they had 28 field goals inside the 3-point line. Clearview had quarters of 10 in the first, 17 in the second, 23 in the third, and 20 in the fourth to give them 70 and the win. They improved to 5-5 now on the year, 3-3 in conference. More importantly, winners of 3 in a row. Max, what are your takeaways?
Well, we got to see Clearview win in maybe a different way than they're used to, and that's huge, especially when you get into these Lorain County League matchups, because you never know how a team's going to handle you or approach you. We saw in that first quarter, 10 to 7 is what it was at one point. So the fact that we got to as high scoring as we did, and they were able to adjust and react to what Wellington was doing, was very impressive. And as for the Dukes, even with all of the injuries and the struggles that they faced this season, I mean, they did not give up down the stretch, and they were frustrating that Clippers coaching staff there in the second half.
Our Hustle Award goes to Quavion Grant, who came in off of the bench today for Clearview and hit 11 points. It's sponsored by Elevation Training Center, hashtag It's Just Work. It's fitting that Quavion Grant is our winner because he trains at Elevation Training Center. Shout out to lead trainer Sherrod Brown, being a proud sponsor of Lorain County Hoops. Our rebound report is brought to you by Lorain County Big Brothers and Big Sisters. Be a big, get a big. We had a lot of bigs out here tonight. Who impressed you the most, Max?
And it's probably not a shocker, but those Delgado brothers, man, 23 rebounds as a team. But, hey, don't look past the Dukes. 25 rebounds as a team as well. So it was a fight in the paint all night.
Absolutely. We'll get Cy Christensen in here first, as he is our Hoop Tech Player of the Game. Cy, congratulations, man. You had a big night. 19 points unofficially. You really started going in the second half. Tell us about how this game went for you so far.
Coming out of the second half, we started off strong. We went on like a 5-0 run. We got a couple steals, but they came back, hit a couple big shots, but I got a couple steals in our press, and yeah.
You guys were really dominating inside. You didn't shoot the ball well from outside the range, but inside you had Cannon Delgado step up, Deacon Delgado. Talk about those guys and how you guys were getting easy buckets inside the paint.
Yeah, definitely. We're not the best shooting team outside. We only have like 1 or 2 shooters, so if we get the ball inside, that's how we play the best.
And Deacon Delgado with 2 big dunks tonight had the crowd on their feet. Tell us about the big man and how he eases the scoring load off of your shoulders.
Oh yeah, he's great. became a big player so far this year. Yeah, me and him are the only returning varsity starters from last year, so it's great having him as a teammate.
Well, and you mentioned that some of the guys coming back being you two. What has been the biggest difference last year, maybe to this year, that you've noticed playing out there on the court on varsity?
We only have, like I said, we only have 2 returning starters, so we're very young right now. But the younger guys are getting more experience, so they're learning more about the game right now.
Jeffrey Ball stepped up and had a great game tonight. He's a good facilitator offensively. He looks for you to get going. What did you see from Jeffrey tonight? Defensively, man, he was a pest.
Yeah, definitely. Jeff's definitely underrated. He might not get a lot of scoring, but he's definitely our best hustle player. He's hustling all over the floor, getting rebounds, getting defensive rebounds, offensive rebounds, getting steals, deflections.
How does it feel to put 3 wins in a row now? You guys build a little bit of momentum as you start stacking these wins up.
Yeah, definitely feels great. We started off slow, but now that we're winning, I think we're going to keep winning.
Congratulations. You're our Hoop Tech player of the game, Cy Christensen. 19 points tonight unofficially. Cy, you get a nice cool shirt, courtesy of our friends Big Frog in Avon. And then you also get a 1-month membership to Hoop Tech. So I don't know if you're a member there or not, but you can go and talk to Dan McNamara, and he'll give you a free month membership so you can work on your game in the postseason when you're not throwing footballs.
Yep.
All right? So here's the shirt. Ed will get a picture of you, and then we'll talk to Dad. Head coach Jason Christensen giving us some time here tonight. Coach, started off slow, but then you guys really picked up the intensity in that second half and pulled away. Just talk about how this game went for you guys.
Yeah, we've been starting off slow from time to time, game to game, but we really wanted to pick up the pressure. We thought that getting out of the gate slow, we wanted to pick up the intensity and get after a little bit more. I didn't think our full court press in the first half really did much for us. We were talking about getting out of it, but we wanted to come back to it a little bit in the second half, and we talked about a few just minor adjustments and playing some passing lanes and anticipating some steals, and we were able to get a couple easy buckets there to start the second half.
Defensively, Wellington went to a zone early and often to try to stop you guys from getting inside. How was the outside shooting? I know Cy had a couple threes, but Quavion Grant also came in off the bench. He had a great game tonight with 10.
Yeah, they were keying on Cy and Deacon, which a lot of teams are. They were playing a triangle 2, boxing 1. They had a bunch of different defenses. They went to a straight 2-3, and I really feel like we can run and execute our plays. We were getting the ball to Quavion Grant on the post block there, and he was strong in finishing, and he hit with his feet set, he had a nice wide open 3 there. So he was in the starting lineup for us earlier in the season, and we're happy to see that. A good contribution from him tonight, like you said, and if he can help us out down the road, he'll definitely be earning some big time minutes.
Well, you talked a little bit about right there at the end, different guys being able to help down the road. You had a lot of guys come off the bench tonight. What did you see from your bench in the deeper parts of your rotation?
Yeah, we're really trying to find some guys that can fill some minutes for us. We know we got with pretty much our core guys, and we've been throwing a lot of bodies out there, giving a lot of guys opportunities. We've been starting some different guys, so we're looking for that magical solution, I guess you would say. But I'm looking at the book here. We had 5 guys in double figures, and that's huge for us. When you're going to key on certain guys, we need other guys to be able to step up. I'm not real happy with the amount of turnovers we had. It doesn't look as bad looking at the book here as I thought. But when it gets tight, and you're trying to close out a game and you got a 20-point lead and then it drops down to 10, it just tells me that we're not taking care of the basketball. So we got to have guys in there that are gonna that can handle that kind of pressure and that can handle that in a varsity basketball game.
Coach, thanks for giving us some time in the post game. Good luck, and the rest of the season. Well, so far you're 2-0 when we're here, so maybe we're the good luck charm this year.
Yeah, you are. I appreciate it. We definitely appreciate your coverage. I know the kids enjoy it, and we're happy to have you.
Anytime, Coach. We'll talk to you soon.
All right, thank you.
Head coach Jason Christensen of the Clearview Clippers giving us some time as we are live here from Clearview High School. They're starting to shut the lights off on us, so we will wrap things up as we've went through all of the numbers for you, courtesy of our friend Al Januzzi, CPA. It's all about the numbers. Thanks to my good friend Don Collier, Peace, Love, and Little Donuts. I'll be getting mine again this weekend. all of the sponsors here. Thank you so much for being a part of our coverage of high school basketball. Dave Rivera, Max Drummond, Edwin Vereen, David Q on the camera. Good night from Clearview High School.